Hello, welcome back. So today's makeup look is inspired by a look that Demi Lovato had not too long ago. It was like a smoky winged out look. I'll put a picture here that you can see it. I did this makeup last week and filmed a little reel with it. I really liked how the eye look came out, so I thought I would film a tutorial on the look because it's pretty cute. I've already primed and prepped my skin. I'm just going to go straight in with my NARS Natural Radiant Foundation. And it is officially December. How the f did that happen? What a weird year. And now I'm gonna contour first. I'm gonna use my cream contour. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. And it's the shade 2.1. And I just use the contour end of this because it's a foundation and contour in one. My foundation brush was a Zoeva 104 buffer brush, and this contour brush is a Kat Von D Beauty number 10 brush. So I'm just gonna carve out my cheekbones first, and I'll just rub the excess just around my temples because I don't like to put too much in here, but I like a little bit just to kind of tie it all together. I used this brush for contour yesterday and really liked how it came out. It's not a brush I would ever really use for contour. It's actually really nice for foundation. I usually use fluffier brushes when I contour, but this one works real well. Now I'm going in with my concealer. I'm taking the Fenty Beauty concealer. This is the shade 190. I'm just going to use this to highlight underneath my eyes. Now I'm taking this Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade Peachgasm. It's like a highlight blush. I've been absolutely obsessed with this lately. I've been wearing it non-stop. I just kind of put it on my cheeks and kind of bringing it along my cheekbone. I just kind of like dab it in then to the skin. So it's like a very, very soft, you can't even see the peach on that. In real life you can see like a hint of peach. It just gives you that gorgeous dewiness on your skin. And then I'm actually going to take a little bit of this iconic blush. This is in the shade Fresh Faced. This one has just a little bit more colour to it, although it is quite sheer as well. Okay, now going into powder with my Hourglass powder. I'm going to start where I always do, under my eye. Just set my concealer, and then I like to drag it down along my smile lines, down around my mouth and my chin, and also in around the corner of my nose. So I'm not going to like set my cheek area because we put all that glowy dewiness in it. I'm not going to put product down just to mattify that, otherwise it would just be a waste of time. So I'm just going to take my brow set from Benefit and just set my brows in place real quick. And then I'm going to take my brow pen from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I usually take a mix. I have soft brown and taupe. So I usually go in with soft brown first and just fill in my little gaps, and then go over the rest of it with a taupe because taupe comes off quite soft and light. And I like them to look nice and light and fluffy. So I'm just going to fill this area in with soft little brush strokes. I'm going to take Shape Tape concealer from Tarte, and I'm just going to wrap my eyes with this. And then just a little bit of powder to set that. So this eye look was mostly like bottom heavy. Just with my eye shape I still like to put colour in the crease, or like a shade in the crease, just to warm it up and give my eye a bit of definition. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to take this palette. I have not used this palette before, but I do like their products. It's from Nabla. It's called Side by Side Nude Palette. I just really liked their neutral shades that they have in this, so I'm just going to focus on like the neutrals. There's not obviously a whole lot of colour in this eye look. It's just more of a smoky under eye wing. I'm going to take the shade Halftime, which is this shade here. So I'm just gonna warm up my crease and just add some definition to my crease. So we are going to go back in and just like softly smoke out the outer corner and define the crease a little bit more. But I'm going to go and do the bottom first, and then I kind of add the top to blend it all together. So you just want like a small little brush, something small like this that you can have control over the product when you're dragging it out. You don't want anything too big and fluffy, otherwise it's just going to blow the product out. Taking my black liner from Charlotte Tilbury, just because this one has a bit of movement to it that you can get in and smudge it and move it. You don't want to use anything that sets too quick, because you're only going to have a very small window of time to actually work the product. So you want to use something that's like more of like a kohl pencil. I'm going to apply this to my outer lower part of the eye, just a little bit, because we're going to smudge it out. It's going to spread a lot, so just add a little bit first. Now I'm just going to move the product around and start pulling out the wing. Just going to drag that in along the top outer corner as well. I'm going to add more product. This is more so just to kind of map the shape out so you can see what you're working with. But I am going to go in with like black and brown eyeshadow. It's going to help set all this. Now I have this little small flat brush. I'm actually first going to go in with this shade, which is a really dark brown. It's called Clan. I'm going to go over this. I'm also going to use this shade to do a liner across the top. So I want to keep it thick on the outside. And I'm just going with the shape of the wing. So I'm just filling in where we marked it out from the liner. I'm going to also just line all the way into my inner corner, just very, very finely, just a very small fine line. If you need to go with a smaller brush, do that. I'm just too lazy to get up and find one. I'm going to take this shade Beauty Mark, which is a darker, a little bit darker colour of the first colour that we used. And I'm just going to softly soften this line just a little bit. Again, you can use a smaller brush if you feel like you need a little bit more control and a little bit more precision. And I'm going to do the same along the top. Okay, so when I do the inner corner, this was something that I personally struggled with for ages. I used to think it was my eye shape. I was like, how can I do this cute little feline look? It just never ever seems to work for me. But I figured out how I can make it work for me. So what I've been doing is I'm just getting a small little angled brush. So something that you'd use like for your eyebrows. So what I do is I'm going to just take some of this dark brown eyeshadow. And what I like to do is just get a bit on this side and then flip the brush. Get a little bit on that side. Just give it a little tap, and I basically just do it like a stamp. So when I apply this, I want the longer part of the brush. I want the longest part of the brush, so the tip here, to be out towards like the closest to my nose, say, and the shortest part of the brush is going to be closer to my eye. So see the way the liner is coming down like this? I'm just going to go with that, press that onto my skin, and I'm going to press another bit down. And see, you have that little feline shape already. So it's just so much easier just to press it down with a flat brush. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to take the tip and I'm going to just drag that back in very, very lightly, very light-handedly, into my lower lash line, or my lower inner tear duct. There's just so many words going on here right now. And see, then you have that nice feline shape. If you make a mess, get a little cotton bud and just go in and tidy it up. Because sometimes I still get some fall down, but these little fellas will save the day. Just give that a little wipe. And that's it. And then press it again so it comes in a little bit. Boom. It's so easy. And again, as I said, if you make a mistake, it's fine, because it's only eyeshadow. It's so much easier to tidy up the eyeshadow than it is to tidy up a liquid liner. Like a liquid liner, once you make a mistake, it's a whole lot harder to clean that up. I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to take a little bit of this darker shade just to deepen this, because this is going to go just like directly into our crease. So on her eye look, she had like a very defined outer crease just right here, that you can't really see when the eyes are open, but when you look down you can just see that little crease. So I'm going to do that again, and then I'm just going to go in and blend and soften that line. Now I'm jumping in with my mascara. Okay, now I'm just going to go in and warm up my skin just a little bit. I'm going to take the House Labs Heat Spell palette. This is like the bronzer and highlight duo. Looks like this. I'm going to also take the highlight shade out of the palette, which is called Dawn. Just a little. Just a little. I thought I'd hear her say that. So now let's just finish off now with my lips. This is a new little lip combo that I have been wearing the past few days. So it's a Nabla lip liner. It's called Close Up Lip Shaper. This is the shade Nude number 2. So I think it comes in like 5 different nude shades, from like a lighter one to a deeper one. So many nice colours within this range. Just feathering out the line. And then I'm taking this lip liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's called Nude. I think this might have been part of a little set because it's a little mini one. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you liked the look. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.